Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JLeesCorner. This is a quick little Friday night chat, okay, about a few things YouTube-wise. Look, this would not be no messy stuff, okay? It's just a little conversation about things that happen on YouTube and my perspective based on things I've been through as a YouTuber, okay? But first things first, if you have not done so already, make sure to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff, okay? Do not forget to like this video. If you are here, you should have already liked it, okay? Click the like button. It's always greatly appreciated. Do not forget to also comment in the comment section, and also you can share it on your social media. You can relax and relate and release. Send yourself and everyone around you. Also, always inhale, okay, and exhale, because that is what keeps us all calm, cool, and collected, okay? And y'all know to follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner. The link is in the description box below every single video. But hello to all of y'all popping in, okay? I hope y'all can hear me. My throat is a little dry, whatever. But so look, let's just get into things, okay, that happen. As a YouTuber, we try, at least people I'm associated with, to not discuss other YouTubers. Okay, we don't do that a lot. However, I do feel like there is a way to discuss situations that happen on YouTube, but we don't really, try to pick a side or whatever. So I would say this, but what do you say? Be ready for the YouTubers of the game with no shame for YouTubers that may be lame. Let's hear from Jaylee. Tell us about the tea, baby. You heard it from there. Thank you. That was so cute. But yeah, so I am subscribed to All About the Tea. Okay, I'll say that first of all. I don't watch all the lives because I'll be busy and stuff, whatever, but I am aware of that panel. And so some things happened. I think it was like Wednesday, where there was a argument that happened on the live between the panel members. So my point of view of this is based on me as a YouTuber, things I went through being on two different panels, also just being a new YouTuber on YouTube. I think there were so many things that were said from Monica, from players, from Squid, just from people from that panel that I felt like, I don't really agree with that, because things could be different for other people. And I don't want people assuming how YouTube works if you don't really know how YouTube works, okay? And sometimes newer YouTubers don't know all the facts and stuff and whatnot, okay? So I have been on YouTube for 4 years, okay? I started in April 2017. I've been on 4 full years of YouTube. And the one thing I will say is there's just some things you don't let happen if you can prevent it, okay? And when I watched back the live that was deleted, it was taken down and deleted, but y'all know people record this up there, whatever. So when I watched it back, I felt like it was a whole bunch of miscommunication, okay? Now, when I watched Schoolboy's video and how I believe she goes by she, Schoolboy brought up how, new YouTubers, typically do not, have a huge following in the beginning. The new YouTubers do not get supported, how people were getting supported being on Monica's platform. And that's both true and false. Okay, I will say this. When I first started YouTube, I did not know anyone on YouTube. I literally started from the bottom of the bottom of the bottom. But 4 years ago, the technology that we have now, we didn't have then. So before, you couldn't really be on other folks' channels because there was no software to do that. So while I got Schoolboy's point at the same time, that's not valid for right now, okay? More newer YouTubers are getting support from more experienced YouTubers because, again, we have the platform to do that now. And again, look, I'm not going to discuss Monica being rude. Or I don't want to do that. What I will say about the, because I see comments for that. It was a mess. It was a mess. I will agree with that. But I'm not on that part. You have to give me a little second. However, new YouTubers now, at least within 2020, 2021, it is easier for them to collaborate with people who are more experienced because we have StreamYard now. There is more software, there is more access, and people are just, I won't say people are friendlier, but right now, it's a different vibe, okay? And you have different corners and sections of YouTube. So me as a new YouTuber, I did not collaborate with anyone. The first YouTuber I met was Alex. And because he was like on my live one day and I did not know who he was. And then when I found out who he was, I'm like, he's amazing. He's amazing. So Alex was my first YouTube friend. And before he started Pop Roast, he kept asking me to do videos with him, and we was trying to figure it out or whatever. But I'm here in Michigan. He was in New York at that point in time, and I just never did it. A part of me never wanted to collaborate because I felt like I never want anyone to be able to say they helped build my brand. Not that Alex would ever do that, but I felt like people can be, it can be some bullshit. So sometimes new YouTubers don't want to collaborate. So seeing Schoolboy say how players should be humbled to feel like, Monica allowed her to build her platform. I like, see, that's why I don't fuck with people, because you don't want anyone to feel as if you should have to humble yourself because someone had you on their platform. No one has anyone else on their platform unless they see goodness in them. Okay. And when you have other folks on your platform, it's because you want them to feel, you want your viewers to get a good show. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, anyone that's on a panel, the person who panel is felt like, they have something I can use to make my shit better. Okay. So I'm looking like, don't make it seem as if she was like nobody and she should be happy that someone, I was like, that's bullshit. No one on YouTube should say to somebody else, you should feel grateful that someone allowed you on their platform. I'm like, that's kind of crazy to me. Now I can say, based on me, Bondi, Jamie, Niecy having our panel, because Bondi been at it for 11 years, I've been at it for 4 years. I believe both Niecy and Jamie are like in it within the past year. They are considered newer YouTubers, but I'm still new too. And I would never ever say that Niecy or Jamie should be happy. That's bullshit. So I don't like how anyone would comment on their former co-panelists as if they should be happy about that. I'm like, that panel has benefited everyone as far as about the team, because as far as I know, they were all newer YouTubers who were able to build their platform off being on her panel. But we have to be sure to recognize you can be on someone's panel, but you have to build your own panel, not your own panel, your own following on your own channel. And that's the part that I feel as if, because again, I do not follow or subscribe to anybody else on that panel except All About the T's page. I'll say that first of all. However, you can't be upset that someone, meaning players, chose to leave a panel to do her own thing for her own reasons, for whatever it was. Okay, you can't do that. And that's the part that I feel like you can't try to tear somebody down by telling them they should be happy that someone else allowed them to be somewhere. That ain't the thing to do. Okay, boom. If people like you, it's because it's something about you, not whoever channel you may be seen on. Period. Because we have to admit that there are many people who are on people's panels and on people's channels who not popping, because they may not be doing what they should be doing to big themselves up. I'll say this because, me and the ladies, we talk all the time, okay? And it is an amazing thing to be able to have the knowledge of Bondi, who's been on for a long time, and then me too. We all have our different ways. And even with Niecy and Jamie, but we have conversation all the time. And I would never feel like, oh, they ain't nothing. It's like, no, bitch, they pop in too. Okay, and you have to put the same effort into your own channel that you put on someone else's panel. Period. Because if you spend your whole the fact that players was like, for my own reasons, I chose to leave. I told the person whose panel it was, I was leaving 2 weeks ago. I did the right thing. No one should be upset about that person's decision. At the end of the day, everyone on YouTube are content creators. We are all content creators. And the more people get that to their head, you can't be upset about what somebody else chooses to do with their time. You know what I'm saying? If the players had been on that panel for a while, but she felt that she should leave for her own reasons, that's up to her. Okay? So that's one part of it. Okay? So again, newer YouTubers, we did not get as much support and collaborations before because there was not the software to do it. You could not collaborate before easily if you was not in the same city and state as somebody because the software wasn't here. So when Schoolboy said, that part, I'm like, that's not really true because we just got StreamYard last year. You know what I'm saying? So let's put that part to rest, okay? I got a little notes for what I want to say. Now, they spoke about payment. Okay, they spoke about, who gets paid for this, who gets paid for what. I will say this. There are different kinds of panels. And some panels you not paid for. Because initially it can be about this YouTubers having fun, talking about this or that. So there's not really a point in payment, okay? This is the difference. But there are panels where you do get paid. Okay? Trust and believe there are panels where you do get paid. The reason our panel, because I'm speaking from my point of view, okay? Ladies night out. The reason our panel rotates is because each person will get payment for the views of that video, okay? On Monica's page, it's always on her page. It's never on anybody else's page except hers. So she's getting all that revenue. And she made a choice to pay them people a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere. So the whole conversation on people not being paid for panels is more about the exposure. It's like, yeah, that's how it is when you're not about your business. Okay? And when me and Bondi talked privately between me and her about wanting to collaborate to review Married at First Sight, because that's how our panel started. We wanted to review Married at First Sight because we both watched it. We did like, Niece and Jamie do too. Let's see what we do for that. But we came at that as a business, okay? Bonnie has a huge channel. It should start on her page. However, we should rotate. So that way everyone is not feeling as if they are giving up hours of time every week and not being paid or not getting any addedness to their channel. Because if I'm on your channel if them people being on Monica's channel every day, because Monica's panel was daily. You know what I'm saying? We do ours once a week. Monica's panel was daily. So the fact that, people are on her pay daily, it makes sense that she paid them a little bit of money. However, even as a group, you do not want to feel as if you are on someone's panel every week. You take 3-4 hours of your time. While I'm getting exposure, at the same time, I'm losing time and money and patience and views on my own channel. So we say, you know what? The easy thing to do is let's rotate it. Let's rotate it because that way we all get views, we all get revenue, and we all get new subscribers. Because truth be told, sometimes on these panels, you may not get the following because people is on that one person's channel. For us, as the Ladies First panel, every week we see consistent numbers. Every week we have at least 400 viewers while we live for 3 to 4 hours. We have production meetings every week. We talk consistently because we're friends. And what I'm going to bring that back around to is seeing the discord that happened on live. You could tell they weren't friends. They were business associates. They were working together. True, that was right. But when you are friends with somebody, that don't happen. Not how that happened. Now, people fuss and people argue. We know that. That's true. But the way you can tell there was discourse between them, they had not been communicating. You know what I'm saying? Me, Bonnie, Niece, and Jamie, we talk every day. There's some kind of conversation with it every day because we are a business. We all have our own channels, yes, and we all put forth our time and effort to our own channels, but also we put time and effort into our panel because if it succeeds, we all succeed. If we pop off, we all pop off. Trust and believe. That's why even during our own channel reviews, we mention each other. That's the point. You have to be supportive as a group. You know what I'm saying? Yes, and we all get a break from production of the show too, because y'all don't get how much it takes to watch a show, take notes for a show, get screenshots for a show, review the show, watch the show, and remember what happened, but also not want to repeat things verbatim and have your own opinion. Wow, if you're on live, I'm talking, but having to watch comments on the side, good, bad, or indifferent. So the production of the ladies first panel, bitch, it's a production. We have graphics, we have all we put forth a show. We're not a panel, okay? We're not a panel who just come through and chit chat about whatever. No, we are a show, okay? With games, with fun, with dances, body sync live, we shake tits. It all happened. Niecy with her wine, Jane with her face. We put on a show every week for 2 to 4 hours. We give up Thursdays every week, and not just because during the week we discussing what's going on, plus our regular jobs, our regular lives, our regular shows. So people have to get, if you're going to be on a panel during a show, you have to communicate. It's about proper communication. Okay. Thank you. We know. Thank you. But we put forth the effort. So again, seeing how a whole fight, disagreements, argument happened on, a panel live. This based on one person choosing to leave the panel, to me was insane. It was insane. And this is the kicker. That panel was Monica's panel. That panel was on her channel. She is the ruler and the emperor of what goes down on her. She has the right to do whatever she sees fit. That's true. She can cuss whoever out that she wants to. That's true as well. However, what happens is, true. And we can agree to disagree. We don't always agree on stuff, but when we do that, it ain't no beef. And what happened was, there was a huge disagreement on this panel as far as what they had going on, and that trickled into the show. And you have to have tons of respect, tons of communication. You have to mesh well with who you're working with. And the good part about, like, I knew Bondi because I watched Bondi. You know what I'm saying? I watched Bonnie for years before I was on YouTube. And once I was on YouTube, I did not know Jamie or Niecy. I met, the first time I had a conversation with Bonnie was on Scotty's panel. We followed each other on IG, and we had talked, on comments or whatever, but I had never talked to Bonnie until she posted she was on Scotty's panel. I watched for Bonnie. That's how I ended up meeting Niecy and Jamie. So the good part about our panel was we already had meshed being on Scotty's panel. However, we also just had a kinship. We meshed well and it worked. And we took that to our own panel because we wanted to do something different. And none of us feel any kind of jealousy, any kind of way that one person or the other is better than us. It's like, no. I call Bondi the motherfucking blue. When I put THEE in all caps. Okay, Bondi the motherfucking blue. But Bondi's so humble. She be like, bitch, ain't nobody. And we mesh for that. You can tell there was not a full meshing on the All About the Tea panel because it was her panel and people she had on to do the show. Players saying that, she didn't really talk to Monica much outside of show shit. You know what I'm saying? And to me, when you're doing a show, and you have to spend that much time talking with each other and having like we can tell when Bonnie will crack a joke. We can see each other's stuff because we mesh, and that comes because we consistently after our live after we've been on live for 4 hours, we would then be in a post-production meeting for an hour. So it's 2 a.m. and we just chit chat because you have to have that bond. You have to want to talk to each other. You have to want to fuss and argue things out. You have to want to decide what you want to cut, and all of that. And boom, it's all about the business. But with the business comes a friendship and a kinship of getting, what's my end goal? You know what I'm saying? What's my end goal? There was no end goal for that panel. It really wasn't, because no one is thinking beyond what they doing right there and right then. You can tell that based on them being upset that players left. Now, while the other members felt like, well, she didn't tell us about it. Well, she went on her live and she posted that she left. So, case in point, Scotty's panel. I did Scotty's panel for how many months? And I kept thinking in my head, look, y'all know me. I work a regular job. I do YouTube, when I get home or whatever. I am consistently busy. Okay. And for me, giving up a Monday wasn't working anymore for me because I would take away time from my own channel. And so I typed up a whole paragraph, and I sent it to the panel's group chat. And I didn't do that because I felt as if I had to tell anybody except Scotty I was leaving. I did it because that's where we all talk. So it was like, okay, so y'all all know, hey, I'm leaving the panel. I need to put more focus into my channel. Plus my work is, I'm busy. I'm just busy. And also the thing was, I wasn't getting paid for Scotty's panel. So while it was great and fun and everything, my business side was like, what I'm saying? I need to put Mondays back on my plate for me. But I did that by letting the whole group know, hey, I'm done. I can't come back. Love you all or whatever. I'm happy that I have met you all. But again, I had to do that to me. That was how I did it. Okay. And I think Scotty announced it on the panel, maybe the following Monday. But I also made sure to put in my videos, hey, yes, I left. I left and I'm done. But it wasn't any love lost. As far as, what I'm saying, it was like, what the fuck? I came back on the last panel for the Housewives of Atlanta reunion. But for me, I'm done with Scotty's panel because, again, I'm like, I need to put that focus into me. I know it's kind of coming back for like season 2 when Plumber comes back, but I'm like, I won't be there. But my thing was, I made sure to let them know, hey, I'm done. Players told the person who paid her. She told Monica. Players did not have to tell anybody else that she was leaving if she did not want to, because that's Monica's panel. Monica can then tell the group whatever she wants to tell them about players not being there. So for me, it was weird for the people to be the people, meaning the other group members, to be upset that players left. She told Monica, what's the big issue? Monica knew. Even the discussion about, okay, if you want to be there for 4 Fridays or whatever, okay, well, I'm gonna get paid because you've been paying me. And Monica admitted that she did not get back to players for her own reasons. Players say she never got back to me, so I left. What's the beef? What's the issue? You have you have other people on your panel. You know what I'm saying? It's not as if it was y'all too. You can do a whole show without players. So I was like, what y'all fussing for? For what? Why bring the bullshit to YouTube? You can no one knew I sent Scotty and the group a whole goodbye, I quit thing or whatever. No one knew that because it wasn't anyone else's business. But my thing is, that's how you should leave a panel. You let people, you let at least the person whose panel it is, you let that person know at the least. And she did it. And she did that like 2 weeks in advance. When I told Scotty, I think I was like, I didn't give you like notice. I'm like, hey, I won't be back. That's, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, but also I'm not getting paid to do his lives. Monica was paying players. So cool for her to give her 2 weeks notice because again, she was being paid. I wasn't getting paid though. So I'm like, I don't have to, who cares? But players did what she felt like she had to do for her own sanity. People have to get each YouTubers. We are content creators. You can't be upset that someone wants to focus on their own content. And to me, I didn't get the upsetness of people for that reason with players leaving. The whole conversation about money to me was kind of, I'm like, y'all fussing about, because they put it out there. They was fussing about $200 or $300 a month. I'm like, first of all, let's discuss that. The payments for being on the panel. Again, some panels do not get paid, some do. If someone asks you to be a featured guest, they can sometimes pay you if you are a big enough name. They may just say, hey, you know, come do it for the free to maybe fan or whatever. However, the crazy part is, they're on her show. Let's do the math. Not my math, but let's do some math. Monica's panel comes on daily. Okay, daily. And they are on her show 2 to 3 hours a day. Let's just say for 5 days a week, 2 hours a day. That's 10 hours worth of your time of you a week. That's 40 hours in a month. Okay. And you're being paid $300 for players, $200 for everybody else. You fussing about money, but if you put that same time into your own channel, you can make $1,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? You fussing about if you put that same focus as a new YouTuber into your own channel, you can make at least $8,000 a month. Okay? So for me, the fuss about the money was dumb. It's great for Monica to be paying them at all per month. That's amazing that she was doing that, because some people don't have to do that when they are getting paid based on you being on their panel. So kudos to Monica for paying someone or those people to be, but again, they were on her channel every day. That's different than a one time here, one time there, whatever. That's different. So kudos to her for that. But y'all fussing about chump change when if y'all put that same energy into your own shit, you can make thousands a month. The reason I left the panel for this on Sky is because I can make money on Monday myself. You know what I'm saying? And at that point, we was already on our panel too. And I'm like, I'm making money on our panel. Okay, I work full time. I can't afford to have 2 days where I'm not doing my own content. Period. Can't do that. And I don't mind giving up Thursdays to be on Bondi and Niecy and Jamie to help them make their revenue, because again, they come through for me on my Monday. I mean, on my Thursday. We each put in our everything to each person's week on their panel. So I'm looking like y'all fussing over pennies, because y'all working 40 hours a month on her channel. And if y'all put that your own shit, you can be paid. Your channel can grow. But so many people don't want to let new YouTubers know, look, if you want the secret to, I started in April 2017. I got my first YouTube payout in September. Because when I first started, I put out like 7-8 videos a day. I did not sleep. I slept maybe 3-4 hours a day for the first year I was on YouTube. Almost the first 2 years, because I'm like, bitch, keep putting out content. Even when no one was watching, I was putting out content. You know what I'm saying? And the people on her panel don't realize you cannot be up here fussing with somebody else based on someone else's channel, because y'all not cashing Monica's checks. Monica is. Be great on her panel. Be great on your own, and do not fight someone else's battles for them when you don't know what really happened. We as content creators have to realize the key to success on YouTube is consistency. It's consistency and growth. Someone said to me today, why you put that cartoon on your YouTube videos for your car conferences? Because I want to show a difference between when I'm in my car driving, it's a cartoon, versus me even here at home and it's regular me, because I'm trying to make sure that I have consistent content and I'm consistently growing and changing how I do things, because people can get bored. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you have to think about stuff like that. Now, somebody say probably what's that more. I don't know why they got paid what they got paid. I don't know that lady or them people. That man, I don't know any of them. However, you never want to be on YouTube looking foolish. Because you can move past foolishness. You can completely move past foolishness. However, sometimes people still look at you like, damn, how did you do this and that to whoever? And I'll touch on this a little bit. Because again, this YouTube video was not about Monica or them people per se. It's my experience and what I've been through based on what they did online. People don't get that you can support someone moving on. You can not want someone to leave but not be mad about it. And when I listened to Monica not go off on, but how she was yelling at players, that didn't sit right with me. But that's that lady channel. She can do what she wants to do. I would never sit up and fuss with anybody on YouTube. Monica, that's her page, that's her channel. I would have cut players off, because why am I fussing with you? And I don't mean that in support or not support of either Monica or players. I don't have a dog in that fight. Okay. What I will say is players came on and just said, I left for a reason. I told Monica I was leaving. She was supposed to get back to me about the money. She did not. And I announced I was leaving. I did not dog y'all. And she was, to me, speaking just valid points as a content creator. And in my opinion, Monica was pissed for, I don't know why. You know, she brought up how people told her that players said A, B, C, D, E, F, and G on her live, on her video. However, Monica never took the time to go watch it. This is my point right here. I would never fuss with anybody based on what someone else told me they said, if I can go watch what they said myself. And the fact that Monica was like, I didn't watch, I'm like, how you upset because someone told, when anyone tell me so-and-so said, what the footage? Show me the footage. Can I see the footage? I would have never commented and made a whole live about someone if I did not go and watch the fucking footage. Okay? Ain't gonna happen. Because I would never want to look like a fool based on people telling. Y'all don't get how much commenters and viewers and subscribers cause bullshit and discourse between YouTube creators, because they consistently say shit to make people feel some kind of way. And if you are not as strong-minded and as thick-skinned as you have to be in this game, it will get to your head, and it will have you thinking the commenters are right. She don't like me. They right. And it's like, because you listen to the wrong people. Monica said, people kept telling me you said this and that and that and this, and that's what got Monica pissed. But I'm like, but sis, did you ever pause to go watch the fucking video? You know, and she didn't. And yeah, Schoolboy realized that she spoke about shit and was wrong, because I watched Player's video and she did not say anything wrong. She wished them the motherfuckers the best. Truthfully. Honestly, truly, okay? So you should never go and fuss with somebody about something that someone else told you they said when there's proof to be looked at what they actually said. And the thing that she was mad about, players did not say. Period. I watched Schoolboy's video, and I feel like Schoolboy was trying to defend Monica. Stupidly, because it was proof of what was said. It's like, what the fuck? To be live saying, well, someone's live, but I ain't gonna watch it. No, I don't come on here to do stuff until I've watched the content. You have people who do panels who don't do the work, who try to call it in, who have not watched shit. They talking about will have an opinion, and you sound dumb. You cannot fuss with someone for no damn reason, okay? Now Marcella, I don't know her that well. I don't know her at all. To me, I don't know what happened with that. I don't know, but I do feel like, again, the one part I think she did say was, "Why didn't you tell me you was quit?" I'm looking like, for what? You don't pay her. It's like, what's going on? What's going on? So again, you cannot want to fuss with people unless you have seen the proof of what happened. Okay. I did see them bringing up how she left for mental health reasons. And now I'll say this. There's a reason that you have to be careful of telling people what's going on with you. Because what they'll try to do is they'll try to use that against you in a way to where, okay, I'm going to I want to feel like I'm the big person. I'm going to say, oh, this is why she's leaving. The mental health. And that may not even be actual or factual, but even if it is, that's her business to tell. Sometimes someone telling you something does not mean go repeat that shit online. Okay? Y'all will never, ever, ever hear about any shit we talk about privately. Period. Ever. Ain't gonna happen. But because me and the ladies, we have a bond. Okay, we in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Period. You can tell that panel was just a panel of people put together for no reason. Okay, when Players brought up how, she called in one day, and the people liked her. And that's how Monica ended up asking her to join a panel. That happens a lot because, again, people want people on their panel who will bring viewers in. And let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room. We don't know who Monica is. I have never seen her. I've seen her avatar. And if you're not showing yourself, you want to have people on your panel who will deflect from that. Because we don't know who you is, mama. You do great things. You put a great panel. But you want to have people on here who can keep your viewers entertained. And so she pulled people on who keeps her viewers entertained. She's smart. She's a fucking genius. Okay? She never shows herself, but has other people showing themselves and, helping her with the panel. She's a G. Brava. And if someone then chooses to leave, it should not be an issue. It really should not. Because the same way you found her, and had her added, add somebody else. But not only that, you have 5 other people on there every day. You have a whole following. There was really no valid reason for that live to go where it went. There was no reason to. The fact that she even brought players in to talk about it, but then kind of was yelling at her, to me, in my opinion, was because you don't want to feel wrong on your own platform. So I'm not going to allow you to make me look stupid. I'm not going to allow you to say things that make common sense and make anyone feel as if, damn, I was wrong. Because I feel like once people heard Players out, Monica felt stupid. And she got mad. She has a right to be upset because we all human or whatever. However, the live should have been cut the minute Monica said, I'm shaking right now. Cut the live. Cut it. Because there's a difference between when y'all discussing the show and you are having a disagreement about the content or whatever versus y'all fussing with each other. Okay? You shouldn't be fussing with each other at all. It's okay to disagree about the content of what I'm talking about. It's okay. It's okay for that. But when Players got on that thing, they was attacking her, for lack of a better term. They were, and it just should not have went there. I completely agree. But again, this is what happens when there is not constant communication. There is not a understanding of, girl, y'all ain't shit, okay? Y'all ain't shit. Mrs. Wilson. Mrs. Wilson. Look, okay, this is the only joke I'm gonna crack. This is the only joke I'm gonna crack about that. I was talking to the ladies or whatever, and I said this. I said there's never, it would not be a day on God's earth that I would be fussing with an avatar. You would get 5 minutes of me cussing your ass out. Okay? I would not call you Monica. I would call you Avatar Avenger. Okay? And after 5 minutes of me saying my piece, I'm hanging up. So, in my opinion, each person stayed on that live for too long. Because it got messier and messier and messier and messier. And at some point, I'm always a person where I feel like, look, I tell Bonnie them all the time. I think in my head at all times, what if Oprah sees us and wants to put us on? I'm like, you never know who will see your panel. You never know who will see you. Okay. And so you have to be sure there are not moments of, what the fuck they just say? I can't believe, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to have that. And I would be like mortified if I was on the live for 55 minutes fussing about mess. Fussing because someone chose to leave. Fussing because, you know, I felt like, you know, you didn't tell. It's like, what the fuck? What was the real issue? This should not have been an issue. Y'all can't be upset that someone chose to leave a panel to focus on her real job in real life and her own channel. Because God forbid anyone wants to better themselves. God forbid that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not doing this with y'all. But this is my point too. And I want people to know, Monica acted like she had mental health issues with all that screaming. Honey, all that screaming. But it's a thing to where I lost my train of thought in these comments. But you know, look, if you do, you know, please credit me. Because look, I have the text between the look, Avatar Avenger, I would my pettiness knows no bounds. But again, I don't want anyone to misunderstand my point in doing this video. I am not trying to pick a side. I'm also not trying to get involved in YouTube beef. But I can completely understand exactly what happened. Because let's say that when I told Scotty in the panel I was leaving, they got pissed. Let's say that happened. And let's say they tried to make a video about me. First of all, the shit wouldn't it would have went down. Okay. That's how my point was. There are ways that you leave a panel. However, there also has to be people who know how to understand the fact that I'm leaving and it's fine. You know, Monica lost her shit. She did. She did. I'm on Player's side because I understand her plight. I understand her reaction. I understand that she tried to do the best she could to tell someone I don't want to be here anymore. Because because Player did say she had been unhappy for weeks. And God kept telling her, you need to leave. You should leave. You should leave. You should leave. The same happened with me. Not because I was unhappy per se, but because I was like, I have to focus on me. And I keep thinking about, I can't do this. This is the thing about Mondays. I would have to rush to do my reviews Sunday night to get my reviews out before the Monday's panel, because I never wanted my opinion on a review to be first seen on someone else's channel. So for me, I had to rush to my Sunday reviews to get them out before Monday. I would get home from work and then get on the panel and then go to bed. I'm tired, and then I would have to push back other reviews to do Tuesday and Wednesday, because then I was like, I have to be on the panels on Mondays. So for me, I'm looking like I was doing a lot to be sure to be there on Monday, which is fine. But eventually, I'm like, you know what? I need to do this for me. And players had the same idea, but players wasn't happy because she felt some kind of way about how they felt about her. But again, that's on that. But I feel like players tried taking hers down, but no ma'am. I believe they all took down their videos. I believe I saw them on someone else's page who reloaded the whole thing. The whole thing. You could tell. Let me read some comments. Let me read some comments. Okay, you could tell players wasn't feeling it anymore, and I wonder how they made time to do that. Show every night after work and only get paid $300 a month. Right? Couldn't be me. Not on my watch. To be honest, players only went live after they disrespected her, and then she came with her receipts and lit up the pound. Yeah, I seen her posting the proof of not getting the phone call back from Monica. I seen her posting all that. I also seen Monica post how she paid them the money or whatever. But again, I was like, everybody around here being messy. Okay. Right. You can't belittle me and cuss me out for $300. $300 a month is chump change compared to what anyone can get if they just do their own content. Okay. Everyone tried to take them down, and you should have every last one screen because people like mess. And let me say this about this, because again, people will be in a comment section of another YouTuber's video talking about you because they feel like you won't see it. They'll then come to your channel and big you up because they feel like, okay, she didn't see me. We see that shit. Blocked. A lot of people comment and say things, and that is what causes discourse between people, because sometimes people believe what they reading. And when you do that, you make people feel some kind of way. And when players brought up how she had took screenshots of the comment section that would have positive comments regarding her, and she would go back and they would be gone. So she felt like someone was deleting comments, that was nice towards her. The comment section is a dangerous place. It's a dangerous, dastardly place. Okay, it's like if it was a sea full of dicks that had HIV and and gonorrhea, you don't want to be there because you don't want to get infected. The comment section is dangerous because people will post things just hoping to get the attention of someone who wants attention, someone who wants to feel like, oh, they also don't like so and so. Yeah, that's right. Or they make someone feel like they aren't good enough. We had tons of comments on Scotty's panel about me and Bondi. How we was, talk too much, overpowering or whatever. I'm like, I don't care, because we don't read the comment section. But people will say that shit. But you have to have thick skin to not give a fuck. Okay, even my own reviews now, people say crazy shit, and I'm like, I will punch you, but I'm like, no. So I skim my comment section and I leave it be. I rarely reply because I always say my comments to y'all is my video. Y'all comments in the comment section is y'all telling me what y'all think. It doesn't really require a response from me. But people put things in the comment section sometimes just to be shady and cause discourse. Just to do that. The same way people will post things to make someone feel like you better than somebody else. And that person believes it. And if you believe you better than somebody else, you then start acting a certain kind of way. Okay, thank you, Felicia. Not girl, Priscilla. Why I get Felicia? I enjoy Ladies First panel. It's got to tell you guys work together. And thank you. But yeah, it's a lot. Yes, you have to protect your peace. I'll say that. And I read just about every comment, but I do not. Every once in a while, I will respond if it's needed. But I'm like, the comment sections for y'all to tell us what y'all think. But y'all point doesn't have to be, dogging someone else. I seen somebody put up how I love Ladies First panel, but I don't like Jaylee because she blocked me. Because you said some bullshit. Like, what do you want me to do? It's like, what do you want to do? But, you have to be careful. Panels have to mesh. Panels have to work. And panels have to have a point. Okay? You wouldn't like because I'm speaking from my point of view. You will never get a replacement for any one of us four. The Ladies First panel was me, Bondi, Niecy, and Jamie. Period. We not looking for nobody else. We not going nowhere else. It is us four. We made that decision day one. We don't need to add nobody else. Because when you add too many people, shit gets messy. Monica had these rotating people or whatever, and shit got messy. Shit got messy. And you have to want to be sure that your point will come off in a positive way. Because I don't want to be known for being negative or hateful. I'm shady. You know what I'm saying? I'm shady. Yes, I am shady. However, I'm also careful to not go too far. And I feel like Monica and how she spoke to players on the live was disrespectful. I feel like hopefully she'll watch it because hopefully she can watch it back and see how that wasn't the best place for that to happen. Because people watched it and they did feel some kind of way. People watched it and it did seem unfair. People watched it and it did seem mean-spirited and seem rude. And I feel like I never want anyone to watch a live back of mine and feel like, damn, she cussed somebody out to the white meat for the wrong reasons. I don't ever go off for no reason. I never go off for no reason. I don't fuck with nobody. You know what I'm saying? And if there was ever a disagreement between me and the ladies, we would never bring that shit to the panel. We would never be on live fussing. That ain't our brand. And please believe, Ladies First Panel is a brand. So is Bondi Blue. So is DC Dixon. So is JayBirds. So is JLeesCorner. We are all brands. We are all separate entities, but also a brand together. Period. That's what it is. And until we all make a decision on what we're going to do, it's what we all want. Monica was pissed and she didn't handle it the right way, in my opinion. Because me, as a viewer, I would never want to be on her panel because how are you going to treat me if I want to leave? How would that grow? Not grow. How would that go? Because look how you acted when someone told you weeks ahead of time she wanted to leave. You know what I'm saying? And even though her point was she got too busy and she had things going on in life that prevented her from getting back to players about the money thing or whatever, you still treated her as if she did something wrong and she didn't. You have to extend the same grace to somebody else that you want. And the fact that she told you offline she was leaving meant she respected you enough to give you 2-week notice. She didn't have to, and she did. So there's not a lot of space for Black YouTubers on YouTube. Y'all know we don't get the respect we deserve. And we should never want to show our ass for no reason at all. And that's why my thing was I was not coming on here to dog or drag anybody. You can have a constructive, concise conversation about bullshit that happens on YouTube without tearing someone else down and making the shit more messy. And that's what I came to do today. Because there are a lot of YouTubers who have no idea how to act with grace. Period. And you can cuss somebody out on your live and because they said some bullshit to you, I do it all day. I would never fuss with a colleague on a YouTube live. Never. Ever. Ever. Because people will then talk about it. And you known for that. Okay, and now you the goddamn, Avatar Avenger fussing with players. And people gonna see that and feel some kind of way. And you can move past that and not address it. Cool. But we've seen it happen. And what kind of person reacts that way and then doesn't have some kind of conversation to at least say, you know what, my bad for, getting out of pocket. I should not have taken this to a public platform. I should have cussed her ass out in private. Because I ain't saying she didn't have the right to cuss players out if she wanted to. That's fine. I know. Look, I came up with Avatar Avenger. If anybody else use that, y'all got it from me, okay? But she had the right to feel how she felt. My point is, you did it in the wrong place. You did it on a fucking YouTube live and then felt like, well, if I delete it, it's fine. No, everybody gonna see it because everyone recorded it. Because again, you think people don't know some bullshit going on. Go watch and record it and replay it. Okay. Let me look at y'all questions. Everyone started now. Everyone felt some kind of way. This is based on her yelling, fussing, and cussing at players. And it also felt weird that she seemed to not be happy that the other counterparts on the panel were no longer as upset with players as she maybe wanted them to be. So that was kind of, a thing too, whatever. My has right to be hitting question his wife. I don't know. But, I'll say this. Some people are not some people do not want to be seen because they have anxiety. You have a thing to say, but you don't want to be seen. So I don't know the reason as to why she doesn't. I feel like this. If you are going to be on here with everyone else who is showing themselves, you should at least get your own human avatar up. Okay. But she also is her channel. If people want to follow her and not know who she is, that's fine. But y'all know who I am. Anyway, Bishop is definitely good for the panel. No, it's too good for that panel. He needs to move on because as soon as he does or say something they don't like, they're going to turn on him as well. And that's the bad part. We should never feel as if you don't agree with somebody that they are going to, be upset with you. Okay? You can tell if you're the panels knew she was wrong. That's why most of them were quiet. Yes, they didn't want to have her fussing at them. And at some point, they just like, you know what? Let me just say, I can't do it here. It's just weird. Don't get me wrong, I love all about the tea. I'm a teacup, but I was disappointed with what happened with my teacup family. I was heartbroken. It was sad. It was sad. It was like, what the fuck is going on? It was like, what went wrong? What made anyone feel like this was the way to handle it? And again, you always want to just lead with grace. It's your page, mama. And you fussing with some girl. I was like, not me. Thank you, Cheeky Caramel. Stick with what work. Don't let someone buy their way on the panel. This is my point with panels. You should see. You see when Schoolboy apologized about it. Yeah. Because a part of it was we are mad at her. We should be mad. And when we ain't mad, now I'm upset. And I think that's why she got more and more and more upset. But I would have been cut it off. Okay. But again, if you're gonna start a panel, okay, this is an advice. If you want to start a panel, what's the point of that panel? Make sure everyone is aware what the point is. If it's for shits and giggles, fine. But if there's a point, make that point known. Say everyone involved know the point of it. And also, sometimes you don't need a panel. Sometimes do your own shit. Players wanted to do her own shit. Bottom line. That's what she wanted. And you can't be upset about that. Period. No one has to do someone's panel. Get people who want to be there for a reason. But when shit go left, handle that shit offline. Because you don't want to be known for the bullshit versus your actual talent. And come hook or crook, before I was on a panel or whatever, I was still JLeesCorner. Okay? I was already me. And you don't want anyone to feel as if they made you because they put you on a panel. And a part of me feel as if they felt like players should feel like, oh, she should be happy. And it's like, the fuck for? So what? She didn't have a channel before she started. So what? She thought about it. She started one because it's smart. If I'm getting $300 from you, I can make my own money too. Okay? Anyway, that's all I got. Okay, I hope I dropped some nuggets for y'all. Okay, as YouTubers or whatever. Okay. You have to know when to not be the asshole. You have to be aware sometimes you're going to look stupid. You have to be aware if you ever look stupid, you need to just admit that you fucked up and then move on. Period. But I'm going to leave that be. I hope you had a good time. I did or whatever. I tried not to be judgy. I tried not to judge. I tried to always come from a place of my own experience. Had I not experienced the same thing that happened here, I would have never came on and talked. That's why I was like, my point is not really about Monica or players or any of them. Because I don't know them people. I do not. That's why I don't know players' name in school because I've seen the videos. I don't know them in the guy who now I can't think about that. But I don't know them. When things happen, I prefer to speak from my point of view. So that way I'm not in anybody else's mess. Okay. That's the proper way to discuss YouTube bullshit. Okay. Come from a place of understanding, calling it out, but not trying to push anybody else's narrative. Okay. So I'm going to end it here. And I'll talk to y'all later. I will probably be, Bishop, that's his name. The Bishop. Okay. That's what it is. Thank you to my moderators who are here. Thank you to my JayBirds who are here. Thank you all for watching and listening to stuff. Because sometimes it happens. I will try my best to always come with y'all with, how I feel or whatever. But again, it's go to bed, get some rest. Still don't send your cooch via text. That's the thing, whatever. But I'm gonna let y'all be. Gotta go. Peace.